I crave.
Hello to all my wonderful viewers, depending on where you're watching me from the world. Here it's evening, and of course, this is a continuation of a video that I've been making some days ago, which has been actually bubbling around the world. But I have to introduce myself. Henry Sinwosu is my name, and professionally I'm a nurse. This is a health channel, but sometimes I also discuss some other topics that are not health issues that I'm sure that you could want to hear. So straight up into today's topic, I am going to talk about why do we have COVID-19 variants. So a lot of people have asked these questions like, why on earth? Why the hell do we have variants? Variants keep coming here and there. Every 6 months, we seem to hear a new variant, right? And today, what are we talking about now? Omicron. Last 6 months ago, what were we talking about? The Delta variant. So it just keeps changing and changing. So it keeps people wondering, like, will COVID-19 ever come to an end? So, like I said before, this video is concentrated on why we have new variants. But first and foremost, you need to understand how coronavirus works in our body before you can be able to understand the reason why we have new variants time to time. How does virus work in the body? Virus actually attacks cells. Yes, the cells are the most important components in the body. And this is because it controls every single thing in our body. So it's of course the smallest living unit in our body. So what it means is even up to the smallest hair on your head are being controlled by cells. So without cells, there is nothing, damn nothing can function in our body. And this is the reason why virus seems to be very dangerous. Because if it happens that you lose 70% of the cells in your body, or even more, then the person is as good as dead. Yes. But thank God, we actually have a defensive mechanism, this is how we call it in English, sorry. Mechanismus is of German. So a defensive mechanism that actually defends us from dying from viruses like this COVID-19, right? And this is the reason why you see that a lot of people are still living while they have been like having positive and later come to negative, positive and negative. So now straight up to the mutations. What happens to the variants? For example, we actually know that this thing called virus are just like spike proteins. Yes, I mean spike proteins, like I said. So these spikes just looks like a needle on a ball, just like you see them on the picture, the way it has been presented in the diagram, right? So these spikes, what happens is once it comes, it actually tries to colonize the whole cell. This is what the virus does. And so if it succeeds in colonizing the whole cell, then you are in trouble. But then, like I said earlier, it's actually a battle which your defensive system also tries to fight back. And it's not the only defensive system that does that. Also, the antivirus or also the vaccines which we take that acts like an antivirus fights also. I mean, it even fights more than our defensive mechanisms. So this is the reason why it is advised to take the vaccine, right? Because it fights or helps you to win from the virus. But there is something dangerous that happens at last. Sometimes there will come a new spike. Yes, because it's just like, for example, a criminal who knows that he is always identified with a black cloth. So if a criminal comes always to your home and he always wears a black cloth, and then you tell the police that there's a criminal who always comes to my home, he wears a black cloth. So if that criminal succeeds to run away from the police try to grab him, they didn't succeed, what's he gonna do? When he's coming back to your home again, it's very likely he's going to put on something different. He may decide to wear a red cloth or maybe a blue cloth, right? Because it's like everyone knows that he is a criminal because of his black cloth. And this is what happens to this spike. This is why we have new variants. So it just seems like the Delta variant has been wearing a blue cloth, and now the new Omicron is now probably wearing a red cloth. So now it doesn't want people to be able to discover him. So it doesn't want the defensive system we have to be able to combat it. And this is the reason why we have new variants time to time. So they always try to redress themselves in order to kill yourselves. This is exactly the aims of this new variant. We cannot control it. We humans do not actually control these things. It just happens automatically. Well, I will actually keep this video simple and short. Get yourself protected as much as you can and try to obey the laws, the rules, and regulations. Do not get other people infected. Thank you once more, and do have a wonderful time. Write on my comment section how you see my videos or if you have questions, and then I'll try to give you a response. So have a wonderful time and goodbye. Cheers.